Hi friends, welcome to Setu's Biology. Today our topic is about how the painkiller works in the human body. First, let me clear you that what is pain. A pain is nothing but the physical sensation of our body due to the illness or the injury which is occurred in our body, either due to the injury, either due to the illness of our body, the pain may attack to our body. This is the one of the definition of the pain. Here we are going to use these killers, means the substances which are going to kill the pain, those are known as the painkillers. Now we are going to know about how these painkillers are going to kill the pain in our body. See, what are the different types of pains majorly attack to our body. To the headache is the common pain for some of the human beings, right? Headache. And the neck pain may also occur to some of the human beings, and the shoulder pain, which the pain which is occurred on the shoulders, and the hand pain, the stomach pain, the leg pain. Like this, different types of pains are caused to our body either due to the illness or either due to the injury to the parts. These are the different types of pains. The pink color portion what I was highlighted here is symbolized as a pain over that part. Just keep it in mind. This may help in the next explanation of my video. Before going to the mechanism or the work which is played by the painkiller in our body, first let me give you the basic details about what is meant by painkiller, what are the types of painkiller, the basic details. Let's see what are those. Actually, I already said in the starting of the video that painkillers nothing but the substances which are going to kill the pain in our body are known as the painkillers. These are the medicines or the drugs used to treat the pain in any part of our body. And these painkillers are available in the large number, means in so many numbers the painkillers are available in our market in the present way. Are available in the, and these large number of painkillers are available in the different brands also. Means one of the company may develop one painkiller, and on they may keep the name as a one thing, and next other pharmaceutical company may develop one of the painkiller. Like that, the company which is going to develop the painkiller, they keep the their own brand names. Like that, large number of painkillers may have the individual or the specific brand names to the painkillers. And let's see how these painkillers are taken into our body, through which route these are taken, and in which form these painkillers are going to be present mainly. Actually, these may present in the form of either liquid or the tablet or the capsule form. Liquid is nothing but the fuel like that, and the tablets like this round tablet. Capsule is nothing but this one. In these forms, the means the painkiller is available in these forms. This liquid, tablet, either the capsule is taken via the mouth of the human body. Through this way we can take the painkillers in these forms. And through the injection also we can inject the painkiller into our body, or via the back passage, nothing as a suppositories or the nothing but these are the tablets or the drugs which are directly injected into our body through the rectum by the downward through the downward. We are going to push the drug directly into our body. When the drug enters into our body, it gets dissolved and may circulate over the body through the circulatory system. In this way also we can take the painkillers these are mainly taken in some situations only, not in all the situations we can take the drug in the suppositories form. And these are also available as a creams or ointments or the patches also, like we may available in the painkiller creams. We may means some of the individuals may use the in the if our hand gets swelled, some of the doctor may suggest the cream for that. Paracetamol means some of the painkiller creams may suggest we can apply the cream on the surface of the pain. For that reason the pain may get reduced for that cream also. Like that, these painkillers are also available in the creams, ointment, and also the patches form or in the sprays form. Olini, nothing but for example Olini spray. Like that, in different forms these painkillers are going to be available. In different ways these painkillers are going to be ingested into our bodies. Actually, the painkillers which are going to be manufactured through the different pharmaceutical companies are manufactured in based on the three different ways. Means the painkillers are commonly available in the three different types. Nothing but types of the painkillers are of three types. These are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, paracetamol, and the weak or the strong opioids. These are the three different forms of the drugs of the painkillers mainly available in the market. Let's see in the individual way what are the drugs come under the non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. And the what paracetamol are well known for any individual, right? And weak and strong opioids, which are the drugs mainly come under this category. Let's see what are the drugs come under which category. Let's see what are the drugs come under the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. The first drug is ibuprofen, diclofenac, naproxen, and the aspirin, or the drugs mainly come under the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Paracetamol is well known for all of the individuals. And the weak or the strong opioids. The drugs which will come under weak opioids are the codeine and the dihydrocodeine. And the drugs which will come under the strong opioids are the morphine, oxycodone, and the pethidine, and the tramadol. These are the different drugs come under the different categories of the painkillers. Now I am going to give you the detailed information about the mechanism of the painkiller. Means in which way the painkiller is going to work or playing a key role in our body for the reduction of pain in our bodies. Let's see what is the mechanism of the painkiller. For example, if the person is injured in his hand, right? This was the injury. In the injury part on his hand, through that injury, this injury is going to release the COX-2 protein. Means through that injury, the COX-2 proteins are released into his body. The COX-2 is nothing but the cyclooxygenase 2 enzyme. Cyclooxygenase 2 enzyme is going to release into the body through that injury. This is the first step. In the first step, the person get affected with the injury on his hand. After the person get injury on his hand, in the second step, the COX-2 cyclooxygenase enzymes are going to release from this injury into the body. This is the second step. This COX-2 proteins are going to release some of the chemicals. This COX-2 enzyme is going to release the chemicals in the third step. These chemicals, the chemicals which are released by these enzymes are nothing but the prostaglandins. Prostaglandins are the substances which are majorly involved in the production of pain and also the inflammation at the site of the injury. Means nothing but injury in this person, the injury was taken place in the hand, right? Means by the release of these prostaglandins, these are going to produce the pain to the hand of the person and possessing the inflammation over the site of the injury. This is the main role played by the prostaglandins, which are released by this enzyme, that is nothing but the cyclooxygenase. After the release of prostaglandins or the like chemicals, these chemicals are going to send the signal to the human brain, to the human brain, that I am getting pain at the site of my injury. This signal is going to pass it to the brain through these chemicals only. Then when the brain gets the signal that I am getting the pain at the site of the injury, then the brain tells us to take the painkiller. When we take the painkiller, it may get reduce the pain. That signal was given by our brain to us. At that time we can take the painkiller like a drug into our body through the mouth, through the oral route. We are going to take the drug into our body as a painkiller. In the mechanism of the painkiller, what I said over here is all come under the phase 1. Let's see the phase 2 mechanism of the painkiller. In the phase 2, here in the phase 1, the drug was ingested into our body through the oral route, right? If this is the painkiller drug, this is ingested into our body through the oral route. It is directly ingested into the digestive system of the human body. Digestive system of the human body. Through this, it from the mouth, it is directly entered into the stomach within minutes when we take the drug into our body via the oral route. When it enters into the stomach, this was the drug, means one of the painkiller. For example, let's take it as an ibuprofen, which is a painkiller. When it enters into our body through the oral route, directly within minutes it enters into the stomach, this ibuprofen. When it enters the stomach, the juice which is mainly present in the stomach, that is nothing but the gastric juice. Gastric juice is going to present in the stomach, right? With the help of that gastric juice, this ibuprofen is going to dissolve over the stomach and split the molecules in a different way. Like this, the drug is completely dissolved over the stomach with the help of this gastric juice. When the ibuprofen, any other painkiller get dissolved in the stomach, it directly enters into the large intestine as well as the small intestine. This is the dissolved ibuprofen or any other painkiller is entered into the large intestine as well as the small intestine of the human body. This is the phase 2 mechanism of the painkiller when it enters into the human body. Next, see the phase 3 mechanism of the painkiller. After the entry of the dissolved painkiller into the small and the large intestine, it directly enters from the small and the large intestine into the liver. Means the circulatory system, what is happening in our body is from the stomach, it is enters into the large intestine, and it enters into the small intestine. From the small intestine, it is going to enter into the large intestine. From the large intestine, it is going to pass through the liver. In that way, the painkiller from the stomach, it enters into the small intestine. From the small intestine, it enters into the large intestine. From the large intestine, it enters into the liver. Here the liver is going to extract the pure forms and also the harmful substances which may cause the effect to our body. The liver may diagnose that. The liver may from that drug or the painkiller, the liver may extract the harmful substances and it may excrete off from our body. The main painkiller molecules are going to be pollute or spread from this liver only to the different organs of our body. This is the third phase of the mechanism of the painkiller. This is the phase 4 of the mechanism of the painkiller. I already said that from the liver, the painkiller is circulating throughout the body with the help of the veins throughout the all the organs. This liver is going to spread the painkiller through the veins. These are all the veins. Just imagine that these are all the brains, these are the kidneys, this is the heart. Just I was drawn roughly. This is the heart. Just imagine that from the liver, the ibuprofen or any other painkiller is entered. These all dots are nothing but the ibuprofen molecules. From the liver, it is going to spread all over the body through the veins. It get entered into the heart. From the heart, the veins are going to spread via the circulatory system. The drug or the painkiller is going to circulate all over the body and all over the organs of the body which are going to present in our body. This is the fourth phase of the mechanism of the painkiller for spreading or attacking the all organs of the human body. Get the doubt that why the ibuprofen or any other painkiller is playing a major role in spreading to the all organs, means all over the body. Means I already said in the first phase that the pain or the injury is going to release the enzyme, right? COX-2, nothing but the cyclooxygenase enzyme. So these ibuprofen or the painkillers are going to search that enzyme where it is present. Means it is going to recognize the pain via the enzyme only. Means if the drug is spread in the brain, it means at the head, it did not recognize the COX-2 enzyme. It may shed off, it may come back to the liver. From the liver, it may get excreted. Likewise, the pain where it not recognize the pain via the enzyme cyclooxygenase, it may those molecules come out again or again search all over the body. When they recognize the COX-2 enzyme, they get attached to that COX-2 enzyme. That is a main role played by the painkiller by spreading the all over the body and circulating all over the body in the bloodstream, via the bloodstream. This is the phase 5 in the mechanism of the painkiller. I already said in the phase 4 that the drug is finding where the COX-2 enzyme was present and it want to attack to that COX-2 enzyme, right? By circulating all over the body, finally it recognize or it find out the COX-2 enzyme. All over the body, the ibuprofen or any other painkiller come and attack to this COX-2 enzyme where was the injury attacked to the hand of the human body. Means let's say from the liver or from the heart, the ibuprofen or the any other painkiller is going to attaches to this COX-2 molecule. It gets surrounds the COX-2 molecule, nothing but the cyclooxygenase enzyme. This is the phase 5 mechanism of the painkiller. Last phase in the mechanism of the painkiller, that is the phase 6. When it surrounds the COX-2 enzyme, means the painkiller which surrounds the COX-2 enzyme, it completely attacked with the painkiller. When the painkiller binds to this COX-2 enzyme, this painkiller is going to inhibit the production of the chemicals. Nothing but the prostaglandins are inhibited from the COX-2 enzymes. I already said in the starting of the phase 1 that the prostaglandins are going to release by the COX-2 enzyme only. So when this painkiller stops the work of the COX-2, then it may finally leads to the inhibition of the production of the prostaglandins, nothing but the chemicals, right? So this is the major work played by the painkiller. So it is going to prevent the for the production of the prostaglandins. I already said that these prostaglandins are going to play a major role in the production of the pain or the inflammation at the site of the injury or at the site of the illness. If the painkiller inhibits the production of these prostaglandins, means there is no pain and there is no inflammation over the site of the injury. Thereby, the reduction of the pain may get possible. This is the final result what we are waiting for, right? We are going to take the painkillers for the reduction of the pain only, na? Finally the pain get reduced. This is the different phases of the mechanism occurring in our body by the taking of the painkiller into our body. I think you like this video and you may understand the video also. I tried my level best that I will give my best in the best teaching way. If you like this video, please do subscribe and share it, and if you think that this video may help your friends, please do share also. Thank you.